tremendous performance.
Well, good morning. How's everybody doing today? For those who don't know me, my name is Tim Royd. For the last 23 years, I've had one of the great jobs in the world, and that's to be the voice of the now, once again, defending champion Golden State Warriors. As we start this proceeding, I want a quick reminder, if you could silence your cell phones, that would be great. We have a lot to get to, and we want to get to it as an expedient manner as possible. We are here today for a great announcement. Announce our latest global partnership, the Golden State Warriors with Rakuten, Japan's leading internet shopping mall. The Warrior brand is growing every year. When we travel with the Warriors, we see Warrior fans all over this country and indeed all over the world. And this is another partnership continue to add to the Warriors' presence internationally, and we're very, very excited about it. As you saw in the news this morning, the Warriors and Rakuten announcing a multi-year partnership to include the Rakuten logo on all Warrior jerseys beginning this year. On all their jerseys, of course, whether it be practice, regular season, postseason, and summer league. As you know, the NBA changed this year. They approved the sale of jersey sponsorships, and the Warriors, in this case now, will have a Rakuten badge, which will be on the front left of the jersey, measure approximately 2.5 by 2.5 inches, and will be adjusted to fit the dimensions of every sponsor's logo in the future. And now the Warriors, when you see them this year on the hardwood, and they take off their shooting shirts and get ready for the opening tip, you'll see 3 great international brands right up front. The Warriors logo, Rakuten, and Nike. A very exciting time indeed. Now, the partnership also includes some other elements, including this facility where you are sitting here right now, and that's now going to be named the Rakuten Performance Center. So every time the Warriors come in here to work out, they get their shots up for practice, they're going to be in the Rakuten Performance Center. Now, the partnership also has another of other categories, which we'll get into later, and also want to tell you that it expands throughout the Rakuten brands, including Viber, of which I think I was ahead of the curve. I was on Viber a lot earlier than everybody else. I've been on there for about a year now. Ebates and their Kobo e-readers as well. So it's certainly, again, an across-the-board type of partnership that we have here today. I'm going to introduce everybody up here on the dais to get you familiarized with a lot of them you don't need introductions with, but to my left, Warriors owner Peter Guber. To his left, Warriors Chief Marketing Officer, that is Chip Bowers. And a pleasant welcome to the Bay Area to Hiroshi Mikitani, the Rakuten Chairman of the Board, President, Chief Executive Officer, and Representative Director. And of course you have, next to him, All-Star, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Draymond Green. And to Draymond's left, we have the 2015 Finals Most Valuable Player, and back with the Warriors again, Iguodala. And of course, down right at the end, all the way down to my left, Bob Myers, the Warriors President of Basketball Operations and the General Manager. Now, from up here, we want to thank everybody who is watching, of course, in the Bay Area, on NBC Sports Bay Area, listening on your flagship for the radio broadcast, 95.7, The Game, Dubs Radio, live streamed on Warriors.com. We want to thank those who are watching in Japan, as this press conference is being live streamed to them as well. It truly is, as I mentioned, a very, very exciting day. Let's find out more about this partnership right now. We prepared a little video for you to view. Welcome, of course, to my left, Warriors owner Peter Guber.
Good morning. I scratched a few notes in the car coming over the bridge this morning, and suddenly I heard a newscaster speak of this event. A proposed transaction between 2 seemingly disparate companies. Yes, it was a financial reporter, and he was, detailing a transaction. They have the accent in the wrong syllable. This is not a transaction, this is a relationship. This is about relationship capital between 3 powerful brands, the Golden State Warriors, Rakuten, and the NBA. It doesn't aim for the wallets of our audience, and we call them audiences, not customers. Because when you call them customers, they protect their groin and their wallet. When you call them audiences, you're aiming for their heart, and that's what hits a point. It doesn't aim for the wallet. It looks at global audiences in all three groups as symmetric, together. The NBA is a global game. It's admired and followed worldwide. The sport is played everywhere. I was in Tibet, and laying in my bed in Tibet, I was watching a Warriors game at 4 in the morning. I was in New Guinea this past year, and I saw a field, no court, just a field. Hard ground, no shoes on the players, a wooden kind of backwood, and just a rim. And there were 40 people all trying to play the game. It's played and admired worldwide. At the end of this month, the Warriors are off to Asia for third, fourth, fifth time in the last 10, 12 years. A commitment to the marketplace. California is a global country. It's a Pacific Rim country. It's got 44 million people. It's the 6th largest economy in the world. So having these brands aligned here speaks to the world audience. More than 25% of the league's players are international. It's 114 from 41 countries. So the players are international, and that's going to grow. Just do the math. 320 million people in the United States, 7.5 billion people in the rest of the world. 7.5 billion. So you get 2% more players. You get a lot of international players as the game is played and watched more on all the different media streamed and everything around the world. And this relationship speaks to all three brands. All of them are terrifically aligned. They all talk to audiences. They're all looking at human engagement. They're looking at activation. They're looking for emotional transportation. Why? They want the messages. Rakuten wants its messages and its content and its information bonded with emotion, so that information becomes resonant, memorable, and actionable. And more important, is played forward by all the people in these global audiences to other people. It's the perfect alignment. We're all three in that business, but we all deliver the content differently. We depend upon audience engagement at the highest level. Now you think about the NBA. The fans, the audience owns the team. We are just stewards. They own the team. They make the audience. They make the drama. They make the story. And the same with his folks. They are audiences too. He's in the engagement business. He's in the emotional transportation business. So what better way to bond these brands? The bond is the key. The relationship capital is the key that these things promise. So when Rick and Chip and Joe embrace not just the logo of Rakuten and the NBA, but its location next to on the players will make all the difference. Next to their heart, next to this brand, these brands, they're saying something. They're saying we believe in the value of that proposition. We believe it's valuable to our fans, our audiences worldwide, and we think that they will get the resonance of it. So watch out. The best is yet to come.
Thank you, Peter. Let's hear more about this partnership for the Warriors Chief Marketing Officer, and that is Chip Bowers.
Thank you, Tim. Exciting day for the Golden State Warriors organization, our fan base, our community, certainly all of our partners to be able to welcome a well-respected global brand like Rakuten to our family. When we set out on this journey a little less than a year ago, we were very cognizant about the responsibility that we had as an organization to have the right type of brand aligned with not just our players, but our fan base and our community. And we thought the location of what we're going to refer to as the badge. We think a badge represents honor and something to be proud of, not a patch, not something that's covering up or trying to fix an issue. We don't feel like we have any issues right now, and we felt like it was important that we had a badge that represented not only the type of ideals and principles that we believe in, but someone that authentically could share that message and story with us. But it ultimately resides over the heart. And that's what this is all about. We're all in the people business, and for us to be able to align with a great group of people, I think is what makes this a game-changing partnership. We treat our partners as family, and from the very beginning, when Mr. Mikitani, Mickey, was kind enough to travel overseas to meet with us in our very first meeting, he sent a very loud and clear message. He was here to mean business. He was here to tell us how much this meant to him, how personal a decision this was, not only for him, but the entire Rakuten organization and the family of brands, Viber, Ebates, Kobo, the like, all of which will be tied to this partnership in one manner or another. it all has to resonate and really mean something to each and every person that touches not just the jersey, but the partnership in different areas and different mediums. So we're very excited to welcome Rakuten to our family. It's a big day for us organizationally. We feel like we have a responsibility on the NBA to set a path forward in terms of how diligent people should be in crafting these type of partnerships. The activation that we're going to be doing together is something that we're extremely proud of, and today is a big day to be able to tip that off. And so with that, I'm proud to be able to introduce our new friend and member of our family, Hiroshi Mikitani, otherwise known as Mickey. Welcome.
Thank you for a wonderful introduction. My name is Hiroshi Mikitani. I'm the founder and the CEO of Rakuten. And it is our greatest honor and pleasure to be able to announce this great partnership among the Golden State Warriors, National Basketball Association, and Rakuten. Especially as a huge sports and basketball fan, personally I am very thrilled to become the partner of Warriors, which is very special basketball team, and build a very special relationship with the greatest sports association in the world, NBA. As you may know, Rakuten has been very active in sports. In Japan, we have Division 1 soccer team, Vissel Kobe, professional baseball team, Rakuten Eagles, and main sponsor of ATP 500 tournament, Rakuten Japan Open. This year, Rakuten became innovation and entertainment partner of FC Barcelona. Our intent is not only become uniform sponsor to enhance our brand awareness, but also to help promoting FCB presence globally, utilizing our global presence, expertise, and skills. I started Rakuten in 1997 in Japan, and now Rakuten has become one of the top internet service companies in the world. We have 60 million members out of 125 million Japanese people. We are the largest e-commerce company, the biggest online travel agent, biggest credit card company, biggest online bank, etc. From 2010, Rakuten started to globalize aggressively, including the changing internal communication language from Japanese to English. Now in the US, EBS is the largest cashback site. We will do approximately $10 billion of transactions. Kobo is the second largest global ebook business in the world. Overdrive is the largest ebook service for libraries in the United States. And Viber is one of the biggest global messaging apps in the world. And we are enhancing our marketplace businesses globally. Altogether, we have about 1.1 billion registered members globally. After the announcement of FCB deal, we have already initiated strong brand integration project. Already most of the brands are rebranded to Rakuten brands, but with this announcement with Warriors, we would like to further accelerate our brand integration initiatives, including EBIT's rebranding to Rakuten brand. Rakuten means optimism in Japanese, and we believe in the future. Together with Warriors and NBA, we would like to make sure we build a bright future and contribute more to the society. Again, thank you very much again for giving us this great opportunity. Go Warriors!
Well done, Mickey, well done. I want to bring Bob Myers down at the far end here to talk for a second. You heard Peter give the numbers about the number of players who are internationally. You've been on both sides, as people well know, an agent, now a GM. How do you see the international growth of the NBA as it is now, and where do you think it's going?
Well, we've seen it grow, Tim. Being around the NBA, for anybody that's been doing it for a little while, it used to be kind of a rarity to have one international player, and now it's a rarity to not have more than one on your own team. We've, in an interesting way, basketball has been able to connect continents, connect countries. We've got players on our team from all over the world, And for us that grew up here in the United States, it's a real treasure and oftentimes humbling to interact with people that grew up in a completely different environment than we did, but shared the same love for a game that you really only need a leather ball, maybe rubber, and an iron hoop and some kind of backboard to play. And that's what I love about basketball. Like Peter said, you don't even need shoes. I know these guys, shoes make you play better, but you don't need them. And that's what I love about the game. It's a simple thing, but it connects all of us, and it's exciting. And for me, basketball has taken me all over the world, and I hope it can take us to Japan at some point. And it's exciting to know that we've got a partner in Japan, and that some young boys and girls are gonna maybe watch our team because of this exciting new partnership with Rakuten. And maybe we get some new Warriors fans in Japan, and that's what's exciting for me. So, Tim, it's only getting more international. It's not going to become less. And in the future, who knows what's to come, but this game is an international one, and that's exciting for all of us that are involved in it.
Used a couple words there I want to get back to. You used the word connection and also the word rarity, and you were involved in something else this summer that was rare, that you see a championship team being able to stay together in today's modern age in sports, and I think in part because there is a connection in that locker room with this team. What was this summer like for you, and what does it mean to have the key players back for the Golden State Warriors?
Well, Tim, you know, not having played in the NBA, the players are the ones that are responsible for pretty much all this, to be honest. Why we're sitting up here, why these trophies are here. And when they win, which is all we're trying to do, is just trying to win championships, they deserve to move forward together. They've earned that, right? Although Andre was somewhat difficult in the process. No, you know, when you win together, the one thing, you know, you go through your life and you accomplish things and you create memories and things come and go. But I'll tell you what, championships, it's rare for us to remember something for the duration of our life. We will never forget the ones that were a part of the first championship, the ones that are part of this recent one. I'll run into Andre or Draymond 20, 50 years from now, and we won't even have to say anything to each other. You just look at each other and you know what you've been through. And so when you have a group that has been able to climb that mountain together, what you want to do is give them another chance to do it again, because you know how good that feels, and certainly they earned it. Representing our organization and ownership, we're thrilled to see what's in store for us this year.
You know, you pointed out something. I'm remiss in my job here. I forgot to introduce the guy to your left. That's Larry, the Larry O'Brien Trophy there, the Golden State Warriors Championship. But it's time now. We want to take a look at that jersey with the Rakuten badge on. So I'm going to ask our two players, Andre Iguodala and Draymond Green, to stand up and show us the 2017-2018 Warriors jerseys with the Rakuten badge. Second to make sure they get all the photo ops.
For the shooting guard, number 28, come on. Steph Curry from way downtown. The return pass. This is the way basketball should be played. Back for the steal. Iguodala and Durant for the finish.
A little cameo by Clay there, very nice. So Draymond, I want to ask you a question. You're now wearing a jersey that has 3 international brands on it. I know you've traveled overseas and spent time with fans of the NBA and fans of the Warriors. What does it mean for you to have a jersey like that now?
It's special, for all these years, if you paid attention to overseas basketball, or football as they call it, you always saw sponsors on the jersey, and it was never a thing in the NBA. And I think as we continue, as everyone spoke on, to grow the game globally, that's big. And I think when you look at this situation, a lot of teams around the NBA has, picked up a sponsor, and it just shows, where, the mindset is of this organization, with Peter and Joe and Chip and Bob and Rick Welts, and going to partner with someone like Rakuten. I think it was very simple to, partner with anyone in the United States, but when you start thinking global, with my trip overseas this summer, and really just seeing how big not only basketball, but the NBA is, over there, it's incredible. So I think, this is a great, opportunity for both the Warriors, the NBA, well, all 3, the Warriors, the NBA, and Rakuten, to establish this relationship and, continue to grow this game globally. I've never been to Japan. I look forward to it, but, as I've, like I said, thank you. As I've, traveled overseas and just saw the love for the game, I think this is a really special thing, and, looking forward to watching it grow.
You mentioned football. You had a chance to spend time with Rakuten's other unbelievable partner in FC Barcelona. What was that like?
It was incredible. Barcelona is an amazing city. I got an opportunity to go by their practice facility, which is incredible, and also got a chance to, go down to El Clasico Miami this summer and, take part in that, and it was special, So, we're just watching how Rakuten has been able to, establish themselves in the partnership and the relationship with, 2 of the biggest sports franchises in the world, especially. It says a lot about their company. It's a young company. When you're talking 97, I think I'm still pretty young. I was 7 years old, though. It's a very young company, but, with the rate that they're growing, I think there's so many parallels with, their brand and our brand, which is what I think makes this partnership special. When you look at the rate that the Warriors have grown and the rate that their brand has grown to become, one of the world's best, it's special. And I think, that's what makes this partnership so great.
Andre, let me ask you about the jersey. What do you think?
It looks pretty good. I like what Chip said about, it's not a patch, it's a badge. And, you have a badge of honor. And as Bob spoke on partnerships, there's a parallel as well with Rakuten and their partnership with the Warriors, just as my partnership with the Warriors have been this summer. There's a premium on great brands coming together. So, excited about it.
This is what you have to deal with?
This is what I was dealing with, that type of comments.
But Andre, it has to excite you in the sense where you hosted the Players Technology Summit, and I know that you're always looking to the future, and this is a company, Rakuten, that has been constantly looking to the future.
Yes, well, there's a lot that was talked about in our tech summit about e-commerce and owning your own content with players and building a community. And I think Rakuten stands for all those things, with being one of the largest e-commerce companies in the world. And you speak about knowledge too, which is what we're trying to teach. And you talk about the e-books and the e-readers, their services with that as well, and their community. Mickey saying 1.1 billion subscribers. That's a huge community that's only going to continue to grow, and that's a lot of data. That's worth a lot. So, placing a premium on a lot of things.
Let's get a couple basketball questions before I let you guys go. Draymond, last year you won Defensive Player of the Year, and I know it's an award you wanted, and to me, it's like the most unselfish award you can get, because if you're Defensive Player of the Year, you're going to make your team better. You know, what was it like going through last year and being able to not only do that, but obviously, you know, reclaim the crown?
I mean, it was a special year. You know, there's, you know, Bob and I always talk about, you know, the difference in the mindset of when you're coming off a win as opposed to coming off a loss. And coming off, you know, the way we lost in 2016, you know, up 3-1 and the rest of that jazz. And then to come back next year with one goal in mind and to accomplish it. You know, I think when you look at life, there's so many times where you set a goal and either you never reach it or it takes so long to reach. And for this group to come together and say, hey, we're coming together for one thing, and that was it the entire year. You know, it was a special thing. I was excited to be a part of it. You know, the focus level that I saw in our team let me know that that was really the only thing we wanted to do, and to accomplish that, especially, you know, it's hard to win a championship. But then when you go to the finals again and then you go again, it becomes even harder. You know, contrary to popular belief, it gets harder with each time. You know, and so it was special. A special year. Obviously, you know, Defensive Player of the Year was great, but to be quite honest with you, when we won a championship, it really didn't matter to me anymore. No, we had reached our goal as a team, which is always my #1 goal, and you know, that was just kind of a little sprinkle on the cake. It wasn't even icing, so it was great.
So Andre, now that we've once again reunited two of these premium big brands on the basketball side, what type of year are you expecting?
Well, I expect it to be a very mental year, but that means a lot of growth. Like Draymond said, you know, contrary to popular belief, it's very hard to go to the finals just one time. You know, we've been 3 years in a row, and you know, we've defended the championship once, and we didn't reach that goal. So, you know, that's going to be a back of our minds. You know, how do we be very strategic on how we go about the season, the schedule? Although the NBA has done a great job. Not giving us a crazy schedule this year. But I'm really looking forward to that, bringing everyone back. You know, a lot of teams made a lot of moves to try to, you know, disrupt what we're trying to do. So we're very aware of that. And we're very excited to, you know, start the season in a week and a half.
Well, right now we're going to open it up for questions from the media and the audience. We have people with microphones. Please raise your hand, identify yourself and where you are from, and we will get to this part of the program. Over here.
R.C. Davis, Warriors Radio, Warriors.com. This question's for Bob. You mentioned briefly about the place to possibly play in Japan with this partnership. How realistic could that be preseason or beyond, do you think?
You know what? We've loved going overseas. We're going in about 3 weeks. And I think our philosophy, shared by ownership and even our players, is we're always open to new things. And we've done China, I think, 3 times. And you know, Japan's going to have the Olympics. It'd be wonderful to experience that country and represent our country over there with the Warriors brand. So when it'll happen, I don't know. But these type of partnerships that Mickey and his organization, Rakuten, and the Warriors have formed only embolden the pursuit of getting to a country like Japan. And I'm sure, you know, it'd be a great experience for us. I've had fortunate enough to have been there, and you don't forget, it's a memorable place, and the people, some of the best people you ever meet, the Japanese culture, the Japanese people. So love for it to happen. Don't know when, but on the horizon.
Right down front here.
Dieter Kernbach, Bay Area News Group, with questions for Chip. How did this thing get started? Did you reach out to Rakuten? Did Rakuten reach out to you?
We were very diligent throughout. We did not go to market and talk to a lot of people about the opportunity. As I mentioned before, it was really important to us to find the right partner, not find a partner. And so we talked to just a handful of people, honestly, about the opportunity. And it actually came down to 3 finalists. We had more than one opportunity, but we were actually, there was some outreach through a mutual friend that's a client of ours, through Amit Patel and the team at eBates, expressing interest and understanding where we are in the process. We immediately took the meeting knowing that Mickey was going to be in town. As I mentioned before, Mickey came to the very first meeting. We hit it off. It's all about having shared principles and shared ideals and a vision for what it takes. You know, in any business, you should be aligned with really smart people and really smart brands that can help you elevate your story. And that was obvious to us that on a global scale, as we've talked about frequently here on the podium, it was important that we worked with a global brand. We really liked the fact that they had a local presence. It's a global brand out of Tokyo, Japan, but to have eBay's headquartered here, to have Rakuten have offices here, it had a local feel to it, but it gave us a global audience to speak to. So that was very much a part of our discussions from the outset. We hit it off as people as much as we did as brands, and I think that was paramount in the success of this negotiation. Negotiations are hard, especially when you're talking about multi-year partnerships, but in this case it really wasn't. We had a aligned interest with really smart people that got the big picture, and so for us it seemed like a natural fit.
Right down here.
日刊スポーツの戸田と申します。三木谷社長にお伺いしたいんですけれども。
And whether we will see the Warriors playing in Japan.
Well, the second question is a little bit easier to answer, right? I wish it's going to happen in the very near future. I think it depends on the leadership and other executives of the Warriors as well as NBA. But I think the last time NBA played in Japan was long time ago.
I think the Seattle Supersonics, the LA Clippers opened the season there. Yes.
Yeah. So that since then there's no NBA game in Japan. Of course, we are the third largest economy in the world, and I found out recently that there are more younger students playing basketball than playing soccer in Japan. So I think this is going to be huge. I hope it will happen in the near future. As for our business, of course, now we are an e-commerce company. Not only Warriors, we are thinking about promoting the NBA goods, uniforms, jerseys, and other goods through selling online, as well as thinking about getting into the sort of streaming business of NBA games.
Right here.
This question is for Bob. Mark Medina, Bay Area News Group. With this sponsorship deal, where do you see this going into play when you're managing the cap and luxury tax implications moving forward?
Look, we run a business, and financial revenue, expenses, it's all part of it. So the better we do, and luckily for myself, who's charged with building the team and the people I work with in the front office, our ownership has been unbelievably supportive in providing the resources to build a team, to go into luxury tax for a team like us, to compete for these golden trophies up here. And the better the player, the more they cost, to be honest. And it's and they deserve it, by the way. And so we want to give it to them. And like I said, the more revenue for the league, the more revenue for the players. And the thing that's exciting about a partnership like this is the whole NBA benefits. The players benefit, the ownership benefits. So it's exciting. And although I don't look at it as far as helping us build our team, indirectly it does. Resources that are put into our revenue stream. And luckily, like I said, our ownership just kind of pushes it back in the direction of the front office and says, build the best team you can. And we're allowed to do that. And the nice thing about working for these owners, Joe and Peter, is it's never a question of what is the most important thing, and that for us is winning. It's never been about making a profit. It's been about trying to win championships. And for someone like me, in my position, that's the greatest gift you can have, is go try and win. What do you need to go do that? But certainly partnerships like this do help. And hopefully we can do as many as we can.
I think we have one more. Out there.
Jim Barnett with the Warriors, and this question is for Mickey. Mickey, I know you've aligned with, partnered with your teams in Japan, and now you're reaching out globally with the Golden State Warriors, obviously. But just a couple of months ago, FC Barcelona, as you mentioned, and I know it's maybe a bit premature, but what kind of results or returns have you seen for your company, Rakuten, with FC Barcelona in that alignment?
Well, obviously, we have been seeing massive improvement of brand awareness. Not only awareness, but I think it means more than just awareness for us. Like aligning our brand to the great sports associations such as FCB or Warriors means a lot, and people are not only aware of our brand, but they are very intrigued about what Rakuten is doing. But also now we are trying to rebrand all the services the Rakuten brand. So Rakuten Viber, Rakuten eBase, Rakuten Kobo. But we want to do it. Nobody knows about Rakuten, not so much in the United States especially. And of course, football is rising up in the US, but basketball is more popular. So when we heard about this opportunity, I think it was kind of no-brainer for us. It was the greatest opportunity for us, and I would like once again express my appreciation for giving us this opportunity. Thank you very much.
You excited, Mickey?
Super excited.
Awesome. We have something before we get to the end of our program. Andre and Draymond want to present something to you here on the dais. There you go. Very nice. Bob, you just went over the counter. Surprise for you, and we need a group photo. We need a group photo first. Got ahead of myself. Thank you. There we go, now we're back on track. So we have one more surprise for you. We have the Larry O'Brien Trophy signifying the Warriors Championship last June. And you know that on opening night, the players will get their rings, we'll unveil the banner on opening night. But we do have banners here, and you see the four of them behind me, our championship banners here at the Rakuten Performance Center. And since we have this championship-like partnership right now that we're talking about today, what better time to unveil our latest championship banner. And Mickey, do you have your mic? Mickey, you want to count us down? Give us a 5, 4, 1. I'll help you. Here we go. We're going to unveil the banner at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. The Warriors' latest championship banner. Thank you for coming out today. It's an exciting day for all of us. You can tell by how all the responses we have here on stage. Well, what a great day it is. For the members of the media, there will be members from our party up top here that will be available to you for some group interviews now. And once again, thank you for watching on NBC Bay Area, listening on 95.7, streaming on Warriors.com. Thank you for everything today. And of course, go Warriors.